very less we are going to get that kind of requests and all. Database roles, okay, in case you want to give data reader permission on any database, so sometimes you are going to add the particular person and all in the data reader database role, okay, or data writer. So might be you will get a chance to add, okay, users into the database roles, but rarely, very rarely you will get chance to add logins into the server roles. Mostly you will get a database role request only.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Any issues, any doubts, any questions, please? So yesterday, did I give any assignment? No assignment. Just a minute. Right. Okay. So in our last class, we have started discussing database role. Okay. So database roles are completed, and we have also created customized database roles also. Anyone tried creating a server role or a database role? Anyone tried? First of all, let me know how many of you are installed SQL Server. No one installed SQL Server as of now. No one.
Sir, I have installed and I did all the work.
I have installed.
Just not responding properly. Okay, Naresh. Fine. Okay. So yesterday we started discussing the orphan users, right? So in which scenarios we are going to get the orphan users?
SQL login is deleted
Yeah.
Restoring the
and restoring the database to
So when you restore database, why we are going to get the orphan users?
the users will be moved along with the database.
Okay. So users are part of the database. So if you restore the whole database, whatever objects are there inside the database, all the objects will be moved to the another server, right? So users are part of the database, so users also will go to the another server once you restore the database from one server to another server. Okay, so but logins are server level entities. If you restore database, logins won't go to another server. Okay, login target server logins are different, and your source server logins are different. Might be different or might be same, but how come a user and login is maintaining a relationship? What is the logic?
session ID.
In all this, session ID is completely different. When you open any session, session ID will come. Okay, that is for users logins have SPIers. See, and so using there is a bond between a login and the user. Same SID will be there for a login, and same SID there will be there for a user. So as same SID is there for login and user, both, okay, login and user are associated together. Okay, right. So in case if you create new login, what is the problem to fix the orphan users? In case if you create a new login, what is the problem?
Security ID did not match.
New SID will be created, so it won't match. Okay, fine. How to see the SIDs of all logins? Oh my God. How to see the SIDs of all logins? What is the query to see the SIDs of all the logins? Just now I opened.
Select star from sister login.
Sys dot
Sys logins.
sys dot sys logins. Then
Syslog.
for users,
Sys users.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay. Select star from sys.sys users for users. Okay. And select star from sys.sys logins for logins. You can easily find out the login name and login SID, user name and user SID. Okay. Fine. So in the yesterday's session, we just fixed the orphan user issue by using one method. What is that method? Creating a login with the SID, with the specific SID. Can anyone tell me what is the query for that? What query I used to create a login with specific SID? Just try it. Just try it. At least 3 or 4 words, keywords in that particular login script.
Login name with
Very good.
password,
Very good.
SID name,
Excellent.
and
Excellent.
check policy.
Okay.
Policy.
Okay. So I hope you are not okay. Open the notes and all, right, Yoshi?
Today I tried this one.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. What is this script? Create login, delete login. Create login, deleted login, name with password. Okay. Naresh, okay, that's fine. Create login, login name, okay, with password, comma SID, check policy off, check expiration off. Okay. So this is the script. So I gave you one notes, right? Earlier in the beginning of the sessions, I just forward you one document, a notepad. In that notepad, you can see all these, okay, scripts and all, queries and all. In case if you are like facing any issue in finding the query, of course, recording sessions will be there, but if you still need queries and all in the document, everything is okay, documented in that particular notepad. In case you want, you just open and see once. Okay. Right. So yesterday we just discussed only one method. Like that, we have 4 methods. Okay. One is create a login with a specific SID. Second one is update one method. Third one is auto fix method. Fourth one is sp underscore help login method. The fourth method will be used to fix the multiple orphan users issues at a time. Okay. First method, second method, third method. You can fix 1 or 2 login. You can fix multiple logins, but again, for every login, you have to run this query. Okay. So if you use sp underscore help login, while doing migrations and all, what we have to do, we have to restore all the databases from source server to destination server or target server. So we are going to move whole data from your old server to new server. We have to move the logins also, okay, from your old server to new server. So a lot of logins will be there, hundreds of logins will be there. If the server is big, hundreds of logins will be there. Every time if you use the first method or second or third methods, it will be very difficult. It will take a lot of time. So that's why we are going to use sp underscore help login method, okay, to fix multiple orphan users at a time. Okay. So this method we are going to discuss in the migration concept. So we are going to discuss the other 2 methods, update one and auto fix method. Right now, tell me, how can I generate an orphan user now? I want to generate an orphan user again. Okay, so I can delete the login. So as of now, if you see here, let me go to Adventure Works. Okay. And let me run this script again. Yesterday we fixed it, right? So no orphan users will be there. And if you go to the Amazon database also, okay, if you run the script again, there are no orphan users. Orphan users query you have to run, okay, on every this query, especially in case you want to find out what are the orphan users are there, you have to run this query on each database, which is very difficult. So usually in the organization you will have custom scripts means you can download it from the Google also, find out the orphan users in the whole server level, so that you will get a script, and if you execute that script, it will show you all the orphan users in the server level, total server level. It will show you the orphan users list. Okay, so you can see that particular orphan users by using the custom script. But the one which we are going to use, the stored procedure sp change users login report, will only work on that particular database only. If any orphan users are there in the Amazon database, it will show you, but it won't consider other databases. In case you want to see orphan users, why? Because orphan users are database level, right? So you have to run this query on each database to find out the orphan users. Okay, fine. So as of now, there are no orphan users in the Amazon database as well as in the AdventureWorks 2017 database also. Again, I am going to delete this login to generate orphan users. Okay, just to show you, I am going to delete the login again. Right now, again, we are going to get the orphan user issue in the Amazon database and in the AdventureWorks. You can see here login one with user SID. And again, if you run the same script on the AdventureWorks, again we'll get the same login one user SID. So the another way, the second method is update one method. Okay, what is the method? Update one. So in the update one method, what we have to do is we have to create login manually. Okay, we have to create the login manually, right? So there is a problem, once we create the login manually, what is the problem? We'll get a different SID. Okay, so how to fix that? So let me show you. I'm creating login one login now. Login one, okay, SQL login, and let me click OK. Oh, sorry, I have to give password, right? 123 tab 123, uncheck enforce password policy, and click OK. Right? So login one login is created. So as usual, we'll get different SID. Where is that SID query? SID, yeah. So let me run this. Okay, so I hope we created login one just now, right? So it will be the login one SID. Yeah. Okay, the name is login one. In case you are getting confused, just drag this column like this. Okay, you just drag this so that login one and login one SID. So this is the login one SID. Okay, so just listen carefully. This is the login one SID. Now orphan user SID is different. Okay, so what is the orphan user SID? This is the orphan user SID. Control C and Control V. So now you can see different. This is the login SID. This is login SID and this is user SID. Both are different now. Okay, now both are different. So what we have to fix, how the orphan user issue will be fixed? If you make, okay, if you just update login one SID to user SID or user SID to login SID, both should be same. Now our main motto is, okay, both should be same. If you are going to update login SID or if you are going to update user SID, that is different thing. You can update any SID, but the concept is both should be same. Then only relationship will be built between the login and the user. So how can I make both should be same? Okay, I can use one more query, sp underscore change underscore, okay, users underscore login. This is common. If you want to see all the orphan users in a database, you have to use report here. Okay, so if you want to fix it using update one method, update underscore one, okay, you have to mention login SID and user, login and user. Okay, update one. Let me keep this in a braces. Okay, update one, comma, you have to mention the login name and user name. Both are login one only, right? Login one is also login name also login one only, username also login one only, right? So this is the query. Okay, sp change users login update one, so that it is going to update the SID of the user. Now see once. Okay, let me run this query. Terminating, what is the issue? The username is absent or invalid. Login one user only, right? Let me check who is the login one only. Username is same, login one. Oh, okay. So the problem here is, okay, there is no issue with this query. Okay, I'm executing this query in the master database, which is not correct. The issue is in AdventureWorks and Amazon, right? So you have to execute this query in AdventureWorks and Amazon. Okay, now let me execute this one. Right now it was successfully completed. So now if you see the in the AdventureWorks, if you run this query, okay, now if you see earlier we have orphan user, right? This is the orphan user in the AdventureWorks database. Now if you run it, see here the issue is fixed. Okay, and if you see here, let me go to this. Where is the query? Where is the query? Yeah, select star from sys users. Okay, if you run this query, login one SID, user SID is so now can you tell me which SID is changed?
User.
User SID is changed as per the login SID. If you see here, earlier this is the user SID. Now we have updated, okay, the user SID with login SID. By using this query, we just updated update one, okay, the user SID with the login SID. Now in our case, username and login name both are same. That's why I mentioned login one. Actually, the query is sp change users login update one username comma login name. In our case, both username and login name are same. That's why I gave login one. So if you run this query on AdventureWorks, this is going to be fixed. The orphan user issue is going to be fixed in the AdventureWorks database. But is it going to be fixed in the Amazon database also?
No.
Are you
No
sure?
need. No, sir.
So no need to run, or it is not going to update for Amazon database.
No need to run.
No need to run this query again. Everyone, same answer?
Yes, sir, it will update.
It will update. There is a logic here. Just you have to follow the logic. Are you going to sure? Are you sure it is going to update in the Amazon database also?
No, it will not.
Why, Brian? Why you are that much confident?
Because you have to run the query in Amazon for it to update also.
Are you sure,
For example,
Brian?
you made the query in the master database and it did not go. So you came back to AdventureWorks. That's what I think.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent, Brian. Okay. So your answer is correct. You have to, the problem with this method, okay, update one method and auto fix method. There is no problem with the first method. Once you create a login with a particular SID, it will be fixed in all the databases. That is a beautiful method. First method is a beautiful method. No need to create. Why? Because there here the simple logic is the user SID is changed, guys. Right? In the AdventureWorks, once you fixed the issue, user SID is updated. Do you think the same user SID, if you run the query in the AdventureWorks, how can the user SID will be changed in the Amazon database? Logic. If the login SID is changed, okay, you can guess like that. But here user SID is changing. In the first method, login SID will be changed. That's why no need to run in all the databases. Why? Because we are going to create a specific login with user SID. In how many databases the user is there with the same SID? In all the databases, the issue is going to be fixed if you create a login with the SID. But in the second method, you have to run this query in each database. Why? Because every time it is going to fix the user SID. It is going to change the user SID. So if you run the query in the Amazon, in the AdventureWorks database, okay, it won't affect in the Amazon database. So you have to again run the query in the Amazon. See here, the same SID, the same orphan user issue will be there in the Amazon database. It won't fix. Okay, so how to fix this issue now? How to fix this issue now? What I have to do now? Tell me.
We have to run this
That's
query
it.
first.
Okay, so we have to run this query in the Amazon database to fix the issue. Select Amazon database, select the query and run it. Automatically issue will be fixed, and go and check again whether the orphan user is there or not. And if you see here, now it is fixed. Okay, so the logic is here, you can easily understand user SID is changing. If you run this update one query, user SID is changing. So users are part of each database. So you have to run this query in each database. Okay, in case if the login one is having permissions on the database, you have to run in what and all databases you found this orphan user. In all the databases, you have to run this query, then only the issue will be fixed. Okay, so this is the second method. We have third method also. Okay, so for that, let me delete the login again. Refresh. Okay, login one, delete, dichum. Okay, fine. Now let me, come on, where is that script? Right, now again, let me run this query. SP underscore change user. Of course, we are going to get the orphan user issue in the Amazon database. And again, if you run it on AdventureWorks also, we are going to get the orphan user issue. Okay, right. Okay, so again, we got the orphan user issue. We are going to see in the organization, that is your wish. Okay, so but usually first method is a interesting method. Okay, the problem with the first method is you have to know the password. Okay, while creating that particular login, you have to know the password, and don't turn off the policy and all. So give the strong password, don't turn off the, so just for the purpose we are going to use, we are going to log in multiple times, right? So again, resetting the password is a kind of time taking process. That's why I just turned off the policy off. But don't think like check policy off, check expiration off should be there in the organization. Okay, usually those two parameters we are not going to use. We cannot turn off the policy, we cannot turn off the expiration. Okay, those should be turned on only. So you have to give the strong password, that's it. Okay, create login name. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the first method we are giving the password, right? Big password. That the password will be already existing password, or we have to give a new password.
New password you can give.
Okay.
That's why, see here, don't know what is the login password. Why? Because if you create login for the first time, we'll give default password. Like for Joshi, I gave Saturday at 07. But when Joshi logged into her session, Joshi was prompted to change the password for the first time, right? So Joshi will give her own password. Now you cannot ask user, what is your password? Tell me, I'm going to create the login with the same password. You have to create a password with a new password. You have to create a login with new password, so that again Joshi will be prompted to set a new password when she is logging for the first time after creating the login.
Okay, then we have to share that the password to
Yes,
Joshi.
of course.
That's
See here, when you create SQL logins, you have to share the passwords with the users. Then only they can log in for the first time. Once they logged in with the default password, then they will be prompted to change the password in the first attempt itself. Okay, so they have to change it, they cannot skip it. So we don't know the password option, what password they are setting up, we don't know. Even though we are DBS, we don't know their password. I don't know Joshi's password. Once Joshi reset her password, even I cannot see also in the SQL server. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so the third method, we'll discuss about the third method. So third method is auto fix method. The query also look like same. Okay, SP change users login, auto fix. Okay, auto underscore fix. Here, what we have to do is, again, we have to create a login. Like in the first method. Oh, no, not required. I'll tell you. Okay. So sp underscore change user login auto fix. You have to give the login name. In the second method, we created login manually, right? Right click new login. Okay. In the third method, we won't create login. Why? Because the issue, if you want to fix the issue, there is no way. You have to create login only. But in the second method, we created the login like this option. Okay. But in the third method, we'll create login using query only. Using query only, sp underscore change users login auto fix. Okay. You have to give the login name. You have to give the login name, and let me open that particular query. Sql DBA classes. Where is that? Where is that?
Autofix user.
Autofix. Yeah. Okay. So this is the notes I just shared with you, right? So let me go down, 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 go down. sp change users. This is update one method, right? This is autofix method. Okay. Yeah. sp change users login autofix username. You have to provide the username. Okay. Null and password of the new login. So I have to run this. Just a minute, guys. Right. Okay. So this is the query. sp change users login autofix login one. You can give here login one. This is just example, and null and password of the new login. So let me type the same login one comma null comma password of the new login. What is the password? Here I'll give strong password. Why? Because I cannot turn off the password policy. For sp change users login, it won't allow us to turn off the password policy. So that's why I'm giving